Okay, everybody, good morning to you. It just happens to be Wednesday, Fed Day, and I don't know about you, but I'm really not looking forward to hearing that thing talk. I can't stand it. I really can't. And everything he says, I'm talking about Jay Powell, criminal, public enemy number one, the Federal Reserve, everything he says is scripted, all of it. Obviously, he's reading a script. The questions he is going to be asked are all, well, not all of them. Most of these questions have been submitted in advance because the Fed chair cannot be made to look like an idiot, even though, again, he's a criminal. And I'm waiting for the arrests, which are never going to happen. And by the way, yes, he is investigating himself. Yeah, I'm not making that up. Look it up for you. Look it up. You can't make this stuff up. I told all of you when we found out about all these Fed officials here, insider trading. Well, Jay Powell did, in fact, launch an investigation to look into this. He's included in this investigation. He's investigating himself. Wow. How come? Let me ask you, seriously, while we're on that topic. Why do you think not a single member of Congress, not one, is trying to launch their own investigation? No, they're letting the man investigate himself. Have you ever heard of anything like this before? Only in this kind of environment where there is corruption to the highest order, where we really do understand who the actual government is, can something like this take place. Anyway, so yes, it is Wednesday, September 22nd, 2021, Fed Day. Let's talk about Evergrande real quick. So they have reached an agreement to pay their debt here, their bonds. And the stock market seems to be liking this. Stock futures are higher across the board. Again, people, look, I always try to keep you on the right side of this. And I always tell you what to look at. And as I said yesterday, no issues whatsoever in the debt market. No issues whatsoever in the credit market. Credit continues to flow. And I want you to reevaluate, again, whoever's telling you this stuff. Evergrande is it. It's the black swan. And I know there's a few YouTube channels pushing that narrative. Again, they're pushing fear. They want you to be afraid. By making you afraid of something, they're controlling your mind. Me, I'm not making you afraid of a damn thing. I'm telling you to relax, okay? I knew, and I think most of you, because as soon as I started covering this, I told you it was a non-event. It was not going to do anything. And that's exactly how it is playing out and how it will finish playing out. So stop being afraid and begin to take action. Now, let's talk about action. Let's talk about the market. So, as I said, on the back of this good news out of Evergrande, no surprise. Again, I told you they were going to restructure their debt or something. The government was going to intervene, for which the People's Bank of China already was, okay, pumping tens of billions into the financial system. It's insane. Like I said yesterday, it's utter madness what we are seeing right now, and not just here in the United States, across the globe, with regard to what central banks are doing, their respective slave governments. Here in the United States, we're a slave to the Federal Reserve. The real government is the Federal Reserve, and henceforth, why our representatives in Congress are allowing the Federal Reserve chairperson to investigate himself. He's investigating himself. If that doesn't prove to you that we have no representation here in the United States, I don't know what actually would do that for you. Some of you still believe in the system. You believe your vote counts, don't you? You really do. Can't make that stuff up either. Anyway, as I said, stock futures are higher. Lovely. Crude oil is higher. 10-year yield, people, is perfectly stable. Dollar is flat to slightly higher. Okay, that's the setup going into the market today. But The market is waiting, again, to hear from public enemy number one, public criminal number one, how this man is literally allowed at this point to stand in front of a microphone and blurt out whatever's going to come out of his vomitous pie hole. It is beyond me. Again, the Fed's a criminal organization being run by criminals, and we're going to hear from one today. Make it up. I dare you to do it. Can't do it. And watch, just watch the questions, how they're sent to him and how he looks down at his paper. Oh, hold on a second. That was one of the questions that was submitted. That was number 3. Oh, here's the answer I'm supposed to read. Yeah, that's what happens most of the time. Once in a while, a real question makes its way through. But again, it's all theater. I think you all know that here. Period. The freaking end. All right, so let's see what else is going on here. Gold and silver are kind of mixed right now. Kind of, I guess, holding their own. Cryptocurrencies right now, look, a lot of pressure on cryptos lately. We've seen a lot of pressure on precious metals lately. Why? First of all, both spaces are rigged. Okay, even the crypto space is rigged. Period. But allow this mechanism to work for you, because in my view, and again, do your own research on this. In my view, when you have rigging, for example, we know the precious metals are being rigged by the largest bank on the planet, by assets. Everybody knows it. It's no secret. Like I always tell you, even the commodities exchange knows it. When you realize that, that's how you know it's the place to be. When you have when Wall Street is allowed to get their hands in anything, and now they're obviously getting their hands in cryptocurrencies as well, they tend to pull it in any direction that they want. So in my view, buy the dips in metals, as you know that, in cryptocurrencies as well. The last time we watched cryptos take a big hit, I bought that dip. I think a lot of you bought that dip. I'm going to buy this. I intend to buy more cryptocurrencies today. Today, I will be buying more. And if they drop further, I will buy more. Okay, that's the way I am playing this. I'm not saying it's right for everybody, but that's the way I'm playing it. I think in the longer run, these things are going to prove to play out much higher, much higher as the debt continues to inflate, regardless of, calls from our lovely, caring representatives to regulate cryptocurrencies because they want you in Federal Reserve notes. You must be in them. Like I said yesterday, remember I told you, they don't want you in anything else but a Federal Reserve issued note. You don't own these things. They're issued by the Federal Reserve, and they're owned by the Federal Reserve, owed back to the Federal Reserve, plus interest that they create out of thin air. If you hold a piece of gold, if you hold a piece of silver or a cryptocurrency, pick one. You own it. You own it. It's not owed back to an issuing entity. Okay? So, I don't know. You make up your own mind there. Anyway, so that's really the story right now, people. It looks like this Evergrande thing, no surprise, it's a non-event. Like I've been telling you, look at the credit market, look at the debt market. There's your tells. Forget about listening to anyone who has no idea how markets work. None. And it's astonishing to me how many YouTubers come out here claiming, or whatever that they are some kind of a market analyst or a market expert, and they spew stuff out of their mouths. They're not. 99% of these people aren't even in the market at all. Okay, they just dabble in it, maybe. They talk about it, maybe. They conjure up things out of their mind, maybe. They want to create fear, absolutely. Ignore it. Turn them off. Click off. You got it? I don't know. Anyway, that's just my take on this whole thing. So that's it, people. So in summary, real quick, stock futures higher, stable 10-year yield, dollar flat to slightly higher, crude oil getting a bid. Imagine my surprise there. Crude's going much higher too. Take advantage of these things. Don't let a single opportunity, not one, pass you by. Okay? I don't and I won't let you lose. I'm telling you, I work very diligently to keep all of you on the right side of this, and I've done that for a very long time, and I will not stop. You're all part of my team. I care about all of you legitimately, and we're going to win. We're not going to lose, period. We're not going to let this thing around us, this freak show, take advantage of us. It's just not going to happen. All right, I'm out of here. Love you a lot. Please share the video. I'll see you later, and we're gonna sum up the ultimate freak show, which is the Federal Reserve public enemy number one. What comes out of their mouth later. So I'm looking forward to my post-market video. I hope I can keep it together. I might blow my stock off. We'll see.